anytime a situation like this comes about or an opportunity presents itself, it can be stressful, it can be a lot of emotions, but ultimately the biggest thing for me is being in this league when you know teams that actually want you and actually want you to be a place. To me, that means more than anything else. And at that point, it's my job to be to make sure that I come and do what I'm supposed to do, and that's to come and compete and make sure that we have a chance to compete for a championship. And yes, my family was very, very happy.
Hey, Russ, welcome back to LA. When you look at the way the league is kind of shaping up right now, where do you see this team stacking up with some of these other contenders, and how meaningful is it for you to be back in a situation where you can say at the start of the year that the goal is to win a championship, and that's potentially attainable with this group?
Yeah, man, to be honest, my mindset is I never really worry about no other team. To be honest, I only can control what's in our locker room and how we're able to compete and go out. And I put our team up against anybody, and that's just kind of how my mindset is, and that's where I stand with that.
Yeah, Russell, do you feel like you have anything to prove?
No, I don't. I've been blessed and thankful to be able to be in this league so long, and lucky to be able to play and be healthy. When I got drafted in the NBA, that was me proving people wrong. When I was able to go to college and get a degree, that was me proving people wrong. Not a degree, I wish I got a degree. But go to college, go to UCLA from the inner city, that was me proving people wrong. Just making it out the hood was proving people wrong. I don't need to do that anymore. I've been able to bless the people around me, my family, been able to impact people all across the world with this platform that's been given to me, and I'm continue to do that. And obviously we want to win a championship, but our ultimate goal is to make sure we use what we have to impact others around you.
Hi, Russell. Mark Medina here, USA Today. Congratulations. Good to see you. How do you initially envision how you and LeBron will share ball handling and playmaking duties?
As you know, Bron is one of the best players to play this game, and his ability to be able to kind of do everything on the floor allows me to be able to just figure it out. I'm coming to a championship caliber team, and my job is to make sure that I'm able to make his game easy for him, and I'll find ways to do that throughout the game. As it pertains to ball handling and all that, it really doesn't matter. There's many different ways you can impact the game without having the ball in your hands, and I've been able to do that for many years, and I will figure it out.
Hey, Russ, I know you grew up in LA watching the Lakers going to the parades and stuff. You also had a really close relation with Kobe Bryant. Did you have that in your head at all when this trade was coming together, and in just these last couple of weeks since it's happened?
Yeah, it hasn't left my head. It's things that we've talked about, me and him, just the potential of me being able to be a Laker and understanding what that entails. It's just crazy to think about, and that would be with me every time I put that Laker jersey on. That's all I can say about that.
Okay, we're going to get a few questions on Zoom.
Okay, we're going to start off with Mike Trudell.
Hey, Russ, welcome to Los Angeles. Just to follow up on Kobe, there was that time during his last year he came to Oklahoma City, and you and KD had some time with him in the locker room and kind of exchanged gifts. And just wondered, the whole mentality he used to talk about when he thought about you was something that Rob alluded to, that constant competitive fire. Was that the thing that he related to you most with, or did it just come from competition and all the time that you spent playing against him and so on and talking to him?
I think that was the initial thing that kind of brought us together, as being able to compete and not being able to take nights off. But we began to have a better relationship off the floor as brothers, and talking about other things outside of basketball, and things that we've been able to do with this game. And to me, that is the most important thing I'm able to cherish from Kobe, that I will continue to cherish and live on.
Just an anecdote to that. I remember, I still have his voice in my head, but the year that Russell broke the record that no one thought would ever be broken in terms of averaging a triple-double.
And even then, you knew you wanted to be a Laker and how much this day means to you. The other part of the question is, in the past, you've been used to being the focal point of the offense. Now you don't have to worry about that. And what adjustments will you make now that you're playing with people like AD and LeBron?
I mean, first, man, it's surreal. I think it still hasn't kind of hit me yet that being from LA, growing up, not too far from here, being able to watch the parades, try to go to them, miss school to try to go to them, being a Laker fan and being from LA, but now everything coming full circle for me is it's a blessing. You know, it's a lot of things I can't put into actual words just because, you know, some of these dreams don't come true for people like myself. And I'm truly blessed and thankful for this opportunity, and you know, I can't wait to get started. And then secondly, and I've been blessed to be able to go into my 14th season. And each year I try to find ways, like Rob mentioned, to be able to uplift and make my teammates better around me. And AD and Brian are friends of mine first. And me being their teammate, my job is to come in and uplift them, and they'll do the same with me, vice versa. And as the season prolongs, we will figure it out. There will be ups, there will be downs, and that's normal. That's okay. But we will figure out how to play the best way that we want to play to be able to win a championship.
Kyle Goon, Orange County Register. Russ, I was just wondering what it was like kind of talking to LeBron and AD, sort of getting a comfort level that you guys could kind of work a chemistry and a fit on and off the court. What were those conversations like, and how did you get comfortable with the idea that you guys could all play together?
I mean, honestly, you know, this stuff happened so quickly. This happened so fast, you know, last week or 2 weeks or so. But we've had brief conversations and talked about, obviously, what we need to do and how we need to do that. And we'll address that as training camp and as the season comes along, and we'll figure it out.
Brad Turner, LA Times.
Russ, when you went through this process, how draining was it? How tiring was it? And how happy was your family that you got back home there?
Took that, you know, that dialogue and took my time with it. I mean, most people would say we should have got together years ago or early in our career, but we was in two different lanes. We was in two different paths. We was on two different paths, and you know, everything come full circle.
All right. So Stephen A. Mello says this was just the right time for it. Do you think this is the right roster for it, though? Do you think that this team, as it's constructed, can win a championship?
I think they could. I wouldn't say they're my favorites. I'm still going to go with Brooklyn. But when you acquire Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, Wayne Ellington, and Carmelo Anthony to pair with the big three, I don't have a problem with that. That's a team that can win the championship. Obviously, I'm going to still give a team like Brooklyn an edge, but I'm not going to look at the Los Angeles Lakers and say I definitively see a team in the Western Conference that can knock them off or that there's no way in hell they can win a championship. I certainly wouldn't say that.
Well, I just feel like they're built for the postseason, right? And when you look at a team like the Los Angeles Lakers with the veteran leadership, you got guys like Trevor Ariza, LeBron James, Dwight Howard that knows what it takes. And when you have a group of veterans that join together collectively, the word sacrifice comes to mind. And each one of those guys know that they have one goal, and that's to win a championship. And in the 7-game series, you have 4 guys that are capable of going for 30+, meaning carrying the load. That includes LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, and even Melo. And the reason that the time is now is because Melo finally has embraced the role of being who he is at this stage of his career. And that's a guy that comes in off the bench and be a spark, a 6-man type guy that's going to give 15, 16 points a night.
He was so comfortable with himself in that press conference yesterday. It was really